As we approach Earth, let's take a moment to appreciate the wonder of this planet, the only known world in the universe that supports life. Earth is a remarkable oasis in the vast emptiness of space. It's about 12,742 kilometers in diameter, and it's made up of 70% water, with vast oceans covering its surface. The diverse landmasses, spanning from lush rainforests to towering mountains, are home to millions of species of plants and animals. The Earth's atmosphere, which we'll soon be entering, acts like a protective shield. It keeps us safe from harmful space radiation, and its perfect balance of gases, like oxygen and nitrogen, makes life possible. The swirling white clouds you see are part of the water cycle, regulating the planet's climate and weather systems. From space, Earth looks peaceful, but up close, it's filled with vibrant, ever-changing life. Its gravitational force, oceans, atmosphere, and biodiversity make it a unique and precious place in the vast universe. Our journey reminds us of just how incredible and fragile our home really is. As we draw nearer to Earth, let's dive deeper into the marvels of this extraordinary planet. Earth is not just a rock in space, it's a living, breathing entity with ecosystems and environments that support life in ways no other planet we've yet discovered can. Earth orbits the Sun at just the right distance, in what's known as the habitable zone, or Goldilocks zone, where temperatures allow for liquid water, essential for life. The planet spins on its axis, giving us day and night, and its 23.5-degree tilt is responsible for the changing seasons. Beneath the surface, Earth's layers are constantly shifting. The outer crust, where we live, is a patchwork of tectonic plates that slowly drift, creating earthquakes, mountains, and volcanoes. Deeper down, the molten mantle and iron core generate a magnetic field, shielding us from harmful solar radiation. Looking from space, you see those vast blue oceans which regulate climate and support an incredible variety of life, from microscopic plankton to massive whales. These oceans cover about 70% of the surface and are the source of Earth's weather patterns, as the water evaporates, condenses into clouds, and returns as rain, snow, or storms. Then there's the green and brown of the continents, home to an astonishing array of biodiversity. From the dense Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the Earth for its role in producing oxygen, to the sprawling deserts like the Sahara, Earth's landscapes are as diverse as the life they support. The atmosphere itself is a delicate blend of gases: 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and trace amounts of carbon dioxide, argon, and other gases. It not only allows us to breathe, but also protects life by filtering harmful ultraviolet radiation and trapping heat to maintain a stable climate. And what truly sets Earth apart is life itself. The biosphere, a complex, interconnected system of life forms, thrives in every corner of the planet, from the icy poles to the deepest oceans. Over billions of years, this life has evolved, shaping the land, the air, and even the climate. Every breath we take, every drop of water, every bite of food, it's all part of this intricate web of life that Earth sustains. But perhaps most striking is how fragile it all is. The planet is resilient, yet vulnerable, constantly influenced by natural forces and, more recently, by human activity. The atmosphere, the oceans, the forests, they all work in harmony to keep Earth livable, but they depend on our care and stewardship. As we approach this beautiful blue planet, it's a reminder of how rare and precious our world truly is. In the vast expanse of space, Earth is a shining beacon of life, and our journey from the moon underscores how important it is to protect this singular home. As we get closer to Earth, let's reflect on the intricate systems and processes that make it not only our home, but also a truly remarkable planet in the vastness of the cosmos. Earth's history stretches back over 4.5 billion years. Over this immense span of time, the planet has seen dramatic changes, from its fiery beginnings as a molten sphere to the lush, life-sustaining world we know today. Volcanic eruptions, asteroid impacts, and ice ages have all shaped the surface, but life on Earth has persisted and evolved, adapting to the changing conditions. One of the most astonishing features of Earth is the way its systems are interconnected. The water you see flowing in rivers and oceans is part of a global cycle, evaporating into the atmosphere, forming clouds, and returning as rain. This constant cycle not only nourishes plants and animals, but also regulates the planet's climate. It's a delicate balance. Too much change in temperature or precipitation, and entire ecosystems can be thrown into chaos. The same can be said for Earth's atmosphere. The thin layer of gases surrounding the planet is so fragile. If the Earth were scaled down to the size of an apple, the atmosphere would be as thin as its skin. Yet, this tiny layer is what makes life possible. It not only provides the oxygen we breathe, but also acts as a blanket, keeping the planet warm enough to sustain life. Without it, Earth would be a frozen, barren rock, much like its neighbor, Mars. Beneath the surface, deep within Earth's crust, lies another marvel, the tectonic plates. These giant slabs of rock move slowly over time, but their movements have a profound impact on life above. They create mountains, trigger earthquakes, and even recycle carbon through volcanic eruptions, which helps regulate Earth's climate over geological timescales. These processes remind us that Earth is constantly evolving, even though it often seems still and unchanging from our perspective. What makes Earth truly unique, however, is the presence of life itself. Life on Earth has thrived in the most extreme environments, deep in the ocean's darkest trenches, high atop mountain peaks, and even in the driest deserts. Microorganisms have been found living in volcanic vents and frozen in Antarctic ice, proving that life on Earth is incredibly resilient. This adaptability suggests that life could potentially exist elsewhere in the universe. But for now, Earth remains the only known world to support such diversity. As we continue to approach, consider the diversity of life below. From dense rainforests teeming with species we've yet to discover, to the vast savannas where herds of animals migrate in tune with the seasons, Earth's ecosystems are rich and varied. In the oceans, coral reefs act as underwater cities, supporting countless species of marine life. In the skies, migratory birds travel thousands of kilometers, guided by invisible forces we are only beginning to understand. But for all its beauty and diversity, Earth is also fragile. Human activity, especially over the last few centuries, has begun to alter the natural systems that have sustained life for millions of years. Deforestation, pollution, and climate change are affecting the planet in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. The rising concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere is warming the planet, causing polar ice to melt, sea levels to rise, and weather patterns to become more extreme. These changes serve as a reminder that Earth's balance is delicate and must be carefully maintained. From space, our planet may seem calm and peaceful, but the reality is that it's a dynamic, living world, constantly in flux. As we descend closer to the surface, it becomes clear that Earth is not just a place, it's a living system, with every element playing a role in maintaining the conditions for life to thrive. In the grand scheme of the universe, Earth is a tiny speck, a small blue dot in a sea of stars. And yet, this tiny speck is home to everything we know, every person, every creature, every memory, and every dream. As we journey back to its surface, we are reminded of the extraordinary gift that is our planet. Amidst the cold, dark, and vast emptiness of space, Earth is a warm, vibrant sanctuary, a rare jewel in the cosmic void. As we approach Earth, we can't help but marvel at its profound significance, not just as a home for life, but as a cradle of everything we know in the universe. Earth is the product of billions of years of cosmic evolution. Formed from the same stardust that created our sun and the other planets, Earth's story is one of transformation, complexity, and incredible balance. One of the most remarkable features of Earth is its biosphere, a thin, fragile layer where life exists, extending just a few kilometers above and below the surface. But what's truly astonishing is how this biosphere interacts with Earth's geosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, creating an incredibly delicate equilibrium. Everything on Earth is interconnected, from the smallest microorganism in the soil to the vast forests and oceans. Each part plays a role in the planet's health and stability. Consider the carbon cycle, one of Earth's most critical processes. Plants absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, using sunlight to convert it into oxygen and glucose through photosynthesis. The oxygen they release is what allows most life on Earth to breathe. When plants and animals die, their carbon-rich bodies are broken down by bacteria and fungi, eventually returning the carbon to the soil or atmosphere, where the cycle begins again. Over millions of years, carbon also gets trapped in fossil fuels deep beneath the Earth's surface, which humans have now begun to extract and burn, releasing that ancient carbon back into the atmosphere at unprecedented rates. This shift, driven by human activity, has profound implications for Earth's climate and ecosystems. The climate itself is a finely tuned system. Earth's temperature is regulated by the greenhouse effect, where gases like carbon dioxide and methane trap heat from the sun, warming the planet just enough to support life. Without this effect, Earth would be too cold to sustain liquid water, and life as we know it wouldn't exist. But as we emit more greenhouse gases through human activity, burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes, the balance tips. We are seeing rising global temperatures, shifting weather patterns, and more frequent extreme events like hurricanes, droughts, and floods. Earth is resilient, but its systems are sensitive to these kinds of disruptions, reminding us of our role as stewards of this planet. Beyond the science, Earth holds a deep emotional and philosophical significance. It's the only place in the universe where we know life exists, and it has given rise to all human civilization. From the first humans who walked on the African savannas millions of years ago to the thriving global societies of today, everything we are has been shaped by this planet. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, all of it comes from Earth's ecosystems. Looking at Earth from space provides a profound shift in perspective, often called the overview effect. It's a term astronauts use to describe the emotional and intellectual shift they experience when they see Earth from the vantage point of space. From up here, borders disappear, conflicts seem insignificant, and the realization dawns that we are all part of a single, interconnected planet. This blue planet, so small and fragile in the vast blackness of space, is all we have. It fosters a sense of unity, of shared responsibility for this delicate environment that sustains all life. As we zoom in closer to the surface, we begin to recognize the diversity and beauty that defines Earth. Its mountains rise majestically, formed by tectonic forces over millions of years. The rivers snake through valleys, carving paths that have nourished civilizations for millennia. Deserts, though seemingly barren, are teeming with life adapted to extreme conditions. Forests, particularly rainforests, are Earth's lungs, absorbing carbon dioxide and producing oxygen, while housing millions of species, many of which are still undiscovered. Even the polar regions, with their ice-covered landscapes, play a crucial role in regulating Earth's climate. The ice reflects sunlight, keeping the planet cooler. But as global temperatures rise, these regions are warming faster than anywhere else on Earth, and the melting ice contributes to rising sea levels. If the Greenland ice sheet alone were to melt entirely, sea levels could rise by several meters, drastically reshaping coastlines and displacing millions of people. The deep oceans, too, are largely unexplored. Covering more than 70% of the planet's surface, they are home to ecosystems so alien that we are only just beginning to understand them. In the depths of the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth, life thrives in complete darkness, surviving in extreme pressure and cold. These ecosystems, though remote, play a crucial role in regulating Earth's climate by absorbing vast amounts of carbon dioxide and heat. And then there's humanity. Over thousands of years, humans have developed complex societies, cultures, and technologies, all intricately tied to Earth's resources. We've built cities, reshaped landscapes, and tapped into the planet's energy sources. But in doing so, we've also created challenges: pollution, habitat destruction, and climate change. Yet, we are also the only species with the ability to reflect on our impact and to make conscious decisions about the future of this planet. Earth is not just a backdrop for human life. It's an active participant in our survival and progress. The air, water, soil, and climate are part of a finely tuned system that, if disturbed too much, could make life difficult or even impossible for future generations. This journey from the moon to Earth serves as a reminder of how extraordinary and irreplaceable our planet is. So as we descend through the atmosphere, preparing to return to the surface, we should carry with us a sense of awe for Earth's beauty and complexity, and a renewed commitment to protect this fragile world we call home.